Fort Gibson was established as part of a major shift in the western forts of the United States at the time. As far north as Fort Snelling, Minnesota, Fort Leavenworth in Kansas, down at Fort Jessup in Louisiana. And those were established all in the early 1820s, and Fort Gibson in 1824, as well as Fort Towson to the south in Indian Territory. And so as part of a larger shift that occurred many times in the past as the western frontier moved. More specifically, for Fort Gibson itself, it was in a sense a replacement for Fort Smith. Fort Smith had been established in 1817, Fort Gibson in 1824. But Fort Smith was not being as effective as they hoped in trying to settle down the problems between the Cherokees and the Osages who were fighting each other. The Osages had lived in the area for some time. It had been their home area. And the Cherokees had moved in the late 1790s, early 1800s, and had been at war with each other. So they opted for an area just 3 miles or so north of the mouth of the Grand River. And so Fort Gibson was established there. So the idea was to be an outpost that would help with this ongoing conflict between the Cherokees and the Osages. Also, increasingly, there was the presumption that Indians would be moved into the region. And so there was this notion that perhaps the outpost would be a place where the removal process could be orchestrated, but that was more anticipating than it was the immediate issue. So it was a western outpost similar to others, and it was a place that would interact with the Indian tribes and try to keep peace among them from the very beginning.